Hi everybody, this is Sherry with Studio 28E, and I'm here with the third in the series of Everything Tulips Craft with me. And today I spent all day cutting out all of the elements that I hadn't cut out before, inking and putting my pages together in an order that I thought they'd fit. And I've decided I don't think I'm going to sew the journal together, the cover together, but I've got everything that will fit in here. I've used, I don't know if you can see it or not, it's textured, what the heck, here, come on people, it's textured. This side has polka dots on it, and it's a pastel pink, and on the inside I put a dark green. I'm going to put something inside of here too. And I thought I had the cover all ready to go as far as what I was going to decorate with, but I think I'm going to use these tulips, what's left of this tulip paper, a piece of this frayed pink cotton, and then one of the tags that was in the, I think it was one of the extras, and I've cut out the center of one and placed it on top of this one so it's raised up a little bit more so I can ink around the edges. So I think, and then I'll work on something for in here, but I think that's what I'm going to do with the cover, but I'm not going to decorate that part now. So tonight I think I will stitch the cover together. And like I said, I've only got 2 layers of cardstock and they're pretty heavy. Could stitch around it if I wanted to do that, but I don't believe I'm going to. If I do, I'll do it by hand, like with a blanket stitch. So here are all my pages. Okay, now keep in mind, you don't have to have yours in the same order as mine. You don't have to. You don't even have to use all the pages that were included. And I added some extras. I used magazine. Now it was pages from a flower book and a page from I think it was a needle craft, like Better Homes and Gardens or Good Housekeeping, or one of those series that I don't know, maybe they still come out with them, but you get like one a month or something. I did that. I bought those when my kids were little, and things are kind of a bit out of date, so I decided to use those. So this is the first page of the journal, and on the inside of it is this, or I put the second page, but it's a flip out, so you can write on the inside and write, and if you wanted to, you could decorate this. I put a piece of grungy Scotch tape up there so it would look like it had some repair. Here's the page with the pink tulips, the pantograph tulips, and the hanky at the bottom. Everything's been inked. I wasn't going to ink it, but changed my mind. I don't really like, I like the looks of it, but I don't like inking. And you can probably tell by the way it's been inked that I didn't do a very good job, because I don't like doing it. This could use a little more ink here. I'll get to that after. And there's not something on every side of every page. There's a purple page. I believe I used food coloring for this, and I wanted this edge to stay on there, so I made sure not to trim that off. Here is a hanky page, and it's an envelope. So while I'm here, I will punch it using, and if you put it in backwards, you can see where there's little arrows on the side, shows you halfway on the punch, and try to get it roughly in the center. And there you go. You have your little thumb hole. Here's one of the lined pages with the tulip behind the lines. Here's the blank side. There's another. When I went through these, I put them back in the wrong order. Here's another one of the colored pages that I did with food coloring and a placemat, and let it dry, and it made like a stencil on the paper. These are not in order at all. That should not even be up that close. There's too many blank pages together. This is the writing page. This is the page I got from the old needlepoint book. These are actually tulips. It says, this is a description of what was going on here, and I don't know if it's still there, if I had to trim it off, but it did say it was tulips on it. So, and I've got a pocket here, which I grunged up some Scotch tape, put on the edges, just because it was, I mean, I didn't really feel like it was going to tear, but, you know, it's from the, you know, it's quite old, from the 80s, so it's probably, you know, not that sturdy anymore. It's a yellow page, and there's a green page. Here's another one of those flip outs. It's got the tulips on this side. Yeah, these are not in order anymore. There's another page, and I've got a flip out on this side. This is the tulip. This is a page I got from a flower book. And the other side of this is beautiful, but this goes with the tulips on this side. So I decided I would go with the description of the tulips, so it would be in the center of the book and it wouldn't be separated. And it would be a description of what was on the other side of the page. So, but the image is on the other side of that page is beautiful. It's too bad I hit it. And we're just going back through. I haven't decorated or anything. And as you can see, all my pages are not folded in the same manner. You know, like some are half sheets, some are, you know, flip outs. Most of them are saying in, you know, height. But here's the other side of the tulip page with the, look at this rug, it's scallop gold. Yuck. There's the writing page. Here's the blue with the blue food coloring. And I believe it's a pocket. Yep. I have an apartment, brand new apartment, with that same gold tacky carpet in it. I thought it was great. Brand new, pretty. Gold was the thing. Gold appliances. Yeah, I don't think so. I like retro stuff now, but those are some things I don't miss. I don't miss the avocado green appliances. I don't miss the gold appliances or the gold carpet. I don't miss any of that stuff. And I don't miss leisure suits either. So, here's what we did. That's the other side with the hanky. And that's the back. Now, I'm going to have to go through and put these back in some type of order so all the writing pages aren't together. And so all the pockets aren't together. Well, let me see if I can take this blue one out. Well, let's flip it over. We'll leave that there. Nope. That's not going there. It's a pink and it's got writing lines on it. Tried to fix it so that way there aren't any solid colors like right on top of each other. And I think I'll leave that one like that. But they already been trimmed and they all worked well. I knew they all fit in here, so the way I had them. And I'm going to take this out. I'll leave that there. once you've adjusted the pages to fit in your book, if you start messing with them, and the ones that were longer, which are the ones that go on the outside, end up on the inside. I don't know, vice versa, whatever. And they just don't fit right. Let's put this one here. As you watch me fumble through, let's see what happens. Okay, that goes good. So now I just have to worry about getting rid of this one. I'll find a home. Now, you don't want all the print on the outside, but yet you don't want to. So it's still with the. Oh, that's all right, because that's there. And see, there are no writing lines here. That's what I was trying to accomplish. Get them spread out. Writing. And there's a pocket there. I don't want that pocket there. Let's see if we can swap this one. Put it here. And take the yellow one. Outside. Let's see what comes up. They're all this, pretty much all the same height, but they are not all the same width, so that's where the problem is. And make sure your pages are creased well. All right. Oh no, I got an extra page. Or is this the one I was going to use on the inside of the cover, I think? Yes. Alright, so we're safe. So get all of your pages where you'd like them. And I didn't want to seal that. I wanted the stitches to be hidden, but since I didn't do it like that, you'll see where I stitched. First, I shall take them out. And make sure the creases are good. Since I've been playing with them, bone folder works well, especially if it's not covered with cook. Get that crease, you know, nice and. Maybe I should have started from the front. Yep. Boring? Come on, be honest. This is boring. It's probably just this side of inking. Watching somebody ink. Just to be boring. I'm not quite as bad, but right up there with it. But at least everything's all inked and cut and whatnot. And if I have to make any adjustments, I can do them later after we're done here. Sorry about that. I should have done this while I was working on it. Make sure your pages are right side up too, because there is writing on some of them. And flowers that go in a specific direction, like this tulip on this page. I'm not going to crease this one anymore because it's fragile as it is. It's old. But, kind of a fun little project. I think I liked adding the extra pieces that I gave out as freebies. I think I like doing that. I like those the best, I think. Now, some people like all their prints on the outside, blank pages on, you know, on the inside, and that's all right. Lay them out the way you want. Nothing. I've not embellished anything yet, so we'll get to see how chunky this thing turns out to be. I may end up having to do an extension to the cover to make a fold over wraparound, but we'll see. Hopefully not. And these are done. So they're all back where they belong, and they're in nice little order here. Just make sure, nope, they're not. Yes, they are. Make sure there aren't any like loose pages just sitting in there that you didn't actually put into the fold. And I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, which is the easiest. Most of you probably know what that is. Probably a lot of you are finished with your journals. Of course, I'm not, because I dragged my feet. I'm not even where I thought I should be or would be by now. So I've put up my pages and made sure that they're where they're supposed to be. They don't hang over, which there's always a remedy for that down the road if they do, but I'd rather have it worked out before, stitched together. So I take all my pages, and I just had 4 of that. Take some little, well, these are the larger alligator clips. You can use any kind of clips you want, and attach them to the pages as close as you can to the seam, or where the binding is going to be. And I like to put them on all 4 sides, or since they're pushed down into here, but they're not as long as my pages, you can do it this way too, and flip those down, and that will hold that there. Take the other side, make sure you've kind of got the edges even, because you don't want some pages hanging out the bottom and none on the top. Well, you don't want any hanging out anywhere, but you know what I mean. And add that there. And then that's what I'll put here. So, that looks pretty good. Let's just hope I checked it out all right. So then, well, I had it here. I take an awl. This is an awl or a pokey thing, whichever. And you should measure, because you should have a ruler, right? That won't suffice, that's too short. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, these large paper clips, they work well too, because they hold a lot and they go in deep. So this is approximately 7 3/4. So that's what, about 1, 2, 3. Well, 3.5 would make 7. So about 3 3/4 inches is probably the center. If you, it's closer to 7.5, I believe, no, 3/4. And if you really want to get fussy about it, take a piece of paper of the same length as what you got. This is not, so it won't work. And then fold it in half, and that'll get you the center. And then graph paper works well, but something this small, I kind of eyeball it. So this would probably be pretty close. I'm going to move my pages up just a hair or two. They're a little close to. So I'm going to guess that this is my center. If it was a larger journal, I wouldn't be so picky. And then watch your fingers. If you are unsure of this, take a book or piece of foam and lay it down. I'm probably going to cover my spine up with ribbon or cloth after, so. And then you want to be about, since I want this page to be tied down with the string, I'm going to use or thread. I've got some wax thread here. See it popping through. You can lay it down and pop it through. Put a piece of foam, mouse pad, an old book. Just see how far off I am here. About an inch and a quarter. Inch and a quarter. So it's pretty close to where I needed to be. So poke this last one through. See it coming through. Push it down through. Now, these make relatively large holes, but what I do so they stay lined up as I go is I usually put one. I'll put it all back into one of the holes, just because the thread you're going to need. You can use baker's twine, crochet thread, ribbon, whatever you like. This is waxed. I don't know if it's 3.5 or 2.5 now. But about 3 times the length. Cut it off. I've already got this threaded. You can go, if you want your ties on the outside, start on the outside and go in. If you want the ties on the inside, start on the inside. You're going to go, yeah. I guess that was one of the ones I should have lined up.